miss the CW11 News at 10.
It's a growing epidemic, getting not very much attention here in the U.S. But now, young and old, rich and poor are all speaking up about their battle with a potentially fatal disease. Hepatitis. Peter Thorne has more on this silent killer in tonight's Fact Finders report.
Teens and baby boomers finally have something in common, but it's something unpleasant. A disease that often shows no symptoms can quietly linger for years in your body, doing hidden, deadly damage. There is no vaccine, but surprising new medical advances are increasing how many people can get cured. If only they would get tested.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, celebrities like Pamela Anderson, country sensation Naomi Judd, 60s singer David Crosby. All famously brought superstar attention to liver disease, hepatitis C. Infection rates rising so fast, concerned doctors call it a viral time bomb. But still, myths, uncertainties, and outright misinformation persist about the disease, about how you get it, if it's always fatal, and if it can be cured.
Hepatitis C is really a silent disease. About 50% of people have absolutely no symptoms whatsoever.
No symptoms, so millions don't even know they're infected, let alone how they got it. And most are far from superstars. They're people more like Betty Dufour.
This is Betty.
A single mother of 3 from our area. A friend died from the disease, which destroyed his liver. Concerned, Betty got tested for Hep C. She could not have been more shocked by the results.
I decided to go to my doctor and just ask for a blood test, figuring it was going to come back negative. And I was just totally devastated when the doctor at the time told me that I had hepatitis C, and I probably had it for over 30 years. It's devastating to find out, and I think back to when I first found out, and my whole world just crumbled.
But she didn't crumble. Betty picked herself up and made it her mission to speak out, to help others, especially since she says few people know cure rates are rising too.
I look back now and think of that day when I was diagnosed, and I thought it was the worst day of my life, and I honestly can look back now and say to myself, wow, that was the luckiest day of my life.
For Betty, testing positive was not a death sentence. Fact Finders found out now there's a lot more doctors can do. In the 90s, the cure rate for hepatitis C was under 10%, but now medical advances, new therapies, have pushed the cure rate to as high as 50 to 80%.
And cure means that it's out of their body. They'll never get it again as long as they don't have, risky behavior, and it won't do further damage to them.
So, how do you get hepatitis C? In the freewheeling 60s, a lot of people got it through IV drug use, and now it's a nasty surprise showing up as they approach their golden years. But it's not just boomers at risk. There's been a surge in teens testing positive, linked to the huge increase in people getting tattoos, sometimes with dirty needles. You can also face risk at the manicurist or the dentist's office if that equipment is improperly sterilized, if you got a blood transfusion before 1992, through childbirth, and if you share toothbrushes or razors with an infected family member, you should also get tested.
I've heard such sad cases of people winding up in the hospital with liver failure or liver cancer, only to find out that they've had hepatitis C, and they just never knew about it.
Unlike colon cancer and breast cancer, Hep C doesn't get much attention, and many doctors don't run routine tests for it. Usually, you have to ask, and the test is generally covered by insurance. By the time symptoms show, for many it is already too late. So Betty urges anyone concerned, get tested and ask your doctor about the new treatments. New treatments including something called Infurgen, a kind of interferon, which reportedly works on even the toughest Hep C cases. Now, Fact Finders would like to hear from you. If you think there's a story we need to look at in depth, let us know. Give us a tip at our website, cw11.com/factfinders.